This is Up for Grabs, a podcast where three unfiltered friends talk about anything and everything. And now, here are your hosts, Tracy, Kim, and Rachel.
Welcome to Up for Grabs. I'm Rachel. I'm here with my friends Kim.
Hello.
And Tracy.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Well, I'm good.
Okay, good. Today on the podcast, we are going to talk about our second book club selection. Tracy was the picker of this book. Tracy, would you like to tell us about the book?
Well, yeah, but I didn't like it, so I'm mad at myself.
Okay, well, you didn't have to say right off the bat that you didn't like it.
Oh, I should have built up to that. That's the end of the discussion. No, it's not. I'm just kidding. We could talk about it.
And
but
we're
I
done.
didn't care for it. The name of the book was Lucky. Picked it right around St. Patrick's Day. It was a book club selection either for Reese Witherspoon or...
It was Reese.
Okay, Reese, I'm a little disappointed in you.
Okay, well, hold on. I think one thing we should clarify about Lucky,
Yes.
the book Lucky,
Yes.
is that it's by Marissa Stapley, Stapley.
Correct.
I say that only because I Googled it to remind myself about what it was because I read it a long time ago. And there's another book called Lucky that is a memoir, and it's by somebody else. And
Nothing
it's
like this?
It has a heavy subject matter. And I
Okay.
was like, ooh. So no, we didn't read the one by Alice Siebold, the
So
memoir.
it wasn't Britney Spears' memoir because she has a song named Lucky.
She
Remember
does?
that dumb song that she had?
I feel like Kim's getting ready to sing.
I was, but I couldn't. I really was. For a minute, I was like, no, I'm not going to.
Is Britney Spears really that lucky?
No. Well,
No. Okay, so just to be
Okay.
clear, there are two books named Lucky by women, but this one that we read is Marissa Stapley.
And it's very
And I guess I should say it's this style of book apparently I don't like right now at this stage of my life, because at some point I feel like I really would have enjoyed this, but I feel like at this point in my life I need to read things that are going to help me in some way or get
It
me
was a
somewhere.
really light read.
Or
I mean-
and it just didn't do any of that
Yeah.
for me. So
Could we call it a beach read
yes.
in the
Yes.
sense that?
Yes.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's not
it's a
deep.
good. It's a distraction. It's very easy to read. It's only 230 some pages. Yeah.
And it kept my attention. I wanted to know how it ended, and then when it ended, I was like, "Well, that was
Saw
dumb."
that coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's about someone named Luciana who they call Lucky. And she's a grifter along with her air quotes father. And she thinks that stealing is okay as long as you steal from the rich to give to the poor. But she's done a lot of it.
Professional
And
con artist. I mean,
professional con artist. And a lot of people have been hurt in the process of her lifetime endeavors.
Yes.
Good so far?
Good so far.
yeah.
Okay. The part that reeled me in was the lottery ticket because I think I'm going to win the lottery. And I was really offended by a certain sentence in the book where it says, like, you know, it's the biggest con ever because it gives people hope and makes them think that they're going to win. Okay, I really do. So I was a little bit mad at that because I was like, how dare you dash my dreams and make me feel for a second like I'm not going to win the lottery?
They just don't want you to play. They don't want the.
Well,
they don't want
obviously, a lot of
competition.
people think the same thing because people buy, lottery tickets all the time.
My mom, early on in the Hoosier lottery, my mom did win 100,000, where she got like
What?
5 out of 6 of the numbers
didn't-
or something. I don't
Never
remember.
heard that.
It was in
Okay, you say that like dismissively.
like in 89, 90. I don't know.
Wow.
Early on. I mean, we had the big like Hoosier lottery check. Hilarious.
Was Mark Patrick there?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't
Early
remember.
on, he would have
Yeah.
been.
Yes. I don't know. I don't remember the whole thing, but and that kind
Well,
of money
that's
goes
awesome.
Yeah, but taxes takes a third, and then the
Yeah.
rest, 5 kids, debt, it goes quickly is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But so it's not like we haven't been touched by lottery money in the past where
So you have hope.
I still think I know it's possible to win is what I'm saying. Although I want to win like one of the 300 million.
Like
and then
her.
in my mind I have like all these things and people that I'm going to help with it. Like I pre-spend $300 million in my head. Not all of it. I put a couple $100 million up.
Okay, the fact that you just said, because one of my questions was, who's the luckiest person you know?
Yeah.
And the fact that you just offhandedly said, my mom won $100,000 in the 90s. I was going to brag that my mom was chosen for some giveaway at the Target Mall in 1979. She won a black and white TV. And I thought that was that's as lucky as I've seen.
Oh,
Wow.
So there's a bit of...
really? That's as lucky as you've seen.
Okay, she also, at the Broad Ripple Art Fair one time, put her name in for a free framed piece of art, which was actually very nice. And she won that.
That is just a lack of gambling and a lack of the old, you got to play to win.
So you're telling me I should tell my mom to go gamble?
She should become a gambler.
Okay, because she is luckier. And let's not forget,
Yeah.
she was the one that put my name in to win the Club MTV tickets back in 1992.
I'm gonna get $5 from your mom, and I'm gonna buy $10 worth of tickets that she and I will split.
You're right. She doesn't
And then-
play.
Yeah.
When she plays, she wins.
I've never bought a lottery ticket for myself.
How are we friends? Like, I feel like
I bought them as gifts, like for fun little,
Really?
for like stocking stuffers and stuff like that.
But no one's bought one for you?
I mean, people, I guess I've gotten them for stocking stuffers, but I've never gone to a gas station and put in my own numbers or just give me a quick pick. Never.
Okay, I've never done that either. But my dad did it all the time, and I used to go with him, and
Yes.
he would do it. He never won, by the way. But
And my dad would play Keno a lot in Vegas. when
Yes,
he
my
would
dad
go.
loved Keno.
Yeah, and so when I moved to Maryland, they have Keno constantly, like the lottery. Like it's on TV. You can go into bars and restaurants and fill out a Keno card, and it's like electric. And I would win, several times. I won like $500.
oh my God. Well, I never knew what Keno was. In fact, my dad was telling me when we went to our Vegas trip to play these numbers on Keno, and I thought he said Beano. I'm like, is there a game called
No,
there's
that's what
Beano?
you add
That's what
to
you,
food
correct.
that takes away the gas.
Correct. That's why I was confused. And then he had to explain to me what Keno was. And when he told me what it was, I came up with Keno's tagline, which is, if they did it, then everybody would want to play. It's Keno. You don't even have to be there. Because you don't.
Correct.
There's some weird TV channel in Vegas that you just tune in and see, oh, did I win? Did I not win? You
I
didn't
know
even have to be
nothing
there.
about it.
That's why gamblers who gamble with any regularity, probably back in the day, in the 70s, 80s, would play Keno because you would put in those numbers and then you would go do your other stuff. You would play
You
your
didn't have to be
roulette
present
or
to-
your whatever. And then even if you lost your money, you still had a chance to check those numbers later and see if they won.
It was your final. Keno was your final hope.
yeah.
It was. It was the kicker at the end. And I know my dad's Keno numbers, and I still play them like on electronic Keno when I'm at a casino or
fun.
something.
Oh, now I wish I would have remembered my dad's numbers, but since he never won, I don't know if they were that lucky.
So anyway, a lottery ticket comes into play here.
Yes.
And
But her sordid past gets in her way.
gets in her way. Yes. And so, I have a plan if I hit the lottery.
Do you have a sordid past?
I do have both a sorted past and a plan. No. Although, you have to get someone to professionally to counsel you before you go in. You don't just go
Have
run
you ever
into the
watched those
office.
documentaries on what the lottery
Those
does to people?
and the ones that have lost it. Yeah, there was a show on TLC or something.
Yes,
I
there
don't
was. I mean, it's a burden to carry that, especially if it's in the millions and stuff.
Yes.
Because you have to almost be secretive about it.
Yes.
I mean, you don't, because
all
anyone
kinds
and
of
everyone
people
will come out of the woodwork
Exactly.
and you can get really taken advantage of.
Well, that's kind of like this book, the whole con artist angle.
Yes.
I read this book, and I'm super naive. I just
Yes,
am.
you are.
Thanks.
You're
I
welcome.
think that's a compliment. I'm not sure what it is. It's just I
You
am.
choose to see the
I choose not to see the
bad. Yeah.
Well, but this book alarmed me to the point that are there con artists almost everywhere I go? Do I need to be looking out for these people?
Yes.
Dang it,
in
I've
certain-
never looked
I think
out.
in certain environments you do. Definitely. I mean,
Went right over my head.
yeah.
Yeah, especially when I get it in Vegas because I think Vegas is kind of creepy. So I always think
Yeah.
somebody has a really interesting tale of deceit.
Do you mean creepy in a good way?
As good as creepy can be in a good way. Yeah.
All right. I'm better with that.
But just here, in the old Midwest, I'm like, who's? But I guess there are people that just prey
That's how
upon
they
people.
live. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
See, I'm super cynical. I trust no one.
I'm too. Yeah. I think I'm in the middle. I'm pretty trusting, but I also feel like I can spot a sketchy person. I feel like I can. I'm good at spotting
You feel
sketch.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm good at it. I'm just saying I don't trust
So
me.
I'm not.
So you think that there's a good chance on my day-to-day outings in the greater Indianapolis area that I have come across
In the Meijer store? Yeah.
Really?
they're
Meijer is a
they're
hotbed?
casing you. I don't know. I just know that your husband goes to Meijer sometimes. So,
What? He does?
yeah.
Have you seen him there?
No, but he told me during COVID that he saw my sister, but she had on a mask, so he wasn't sure if it was her.
Okay,
Long
he's been to
story.
Meijer like once
Maybe that
in
was
the
it.
whole
Yeah.
during COVID.
Well, that was lucky that they saw each other. I don't know.
Lucky Rob. Okay, so
Okay.
the book she can't
Yeah.
she wins, but is she lucky because she can't?
Claim it.
I don't
because
know.
of her
Are we going to give
past.
away how the book ends? Like, are we saying that? I don't know.
Go ahead.
I don't want to ruin it.
We
for
already
somebody.
said we didn't like it.
True. Okay, so the problem I had with it, I don't like when things come together so neatly.
Perfectly? Yeah.
And this was spread over several states and 20 years. And all of these things kept coming back around and lining up perfectly. And that was part of my problem. I think I like messy better than a neat package.
Yeah.
But was that book designed and ending that way because it's called Lucky?
Yeah. Probably.
I mean, a lot of books end that way, and they're
No,
not called Lucky. But you're like,
So
really?
part of what I have to bring into the conversation is about that, but not about the book. And it is the difference between luck and good fortune.
It's not the same.
They are not the same. So, we've been talking about this after the Brené Brown book, and saying what you mean has always been very important to me. And these words have different meaning.
Tell
so
me.
it says, good luck means good things happen by chance.
Mm-hmm.
Good fortune comes by making the right choices and in turn making your own luck. Now, I was a little put off by that. I mean, it makes sense.
It does.
Like
but
if
that
you make
doesn't-
good, but okay. What about people that make great choices but
Yeah.
still don't have good fortune? And is that then bad luck? And was there ever any control? I don't know. So according to the people that make up words, I don't know who's according to. Good fortune has to do with some sort of control over the luck that happens.
like if you excel at your job and and then you get a promotion, is that good fortune that you made the right choices to?
I think so, but then what about the other people that don't get promoted?
then you're
Do
setting
they
your-
not have,
you're setting
there's
yourself up for
still-
disappointment.
But there's still luck, but it's not blind luck.
Yeah.
Like I will play lottery, so I have a better chance of hitting it than you
Because
'cause
you
I don't
play.
because I play.
Well, is it kind of like when they talk about the athletes that finally succeed, like get a call to the highest level, but they've also spent their entire life, like there's preparation plus a little bit of luck equals success, that kind of thing?
Yes.
Okay.
So I
Because
think
straight
it's
luck is
someone-
just straight luck. Like it just comes out of nowhere. You didn't try.
You trip over a $100 bill and then it's yours. Yeah, I'm just saying that's straight luck.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, there's I get that difference.
So that's what I was, putting it into context with this book. Like, she had some misfortune. She was a baby left on some steps outside a church. She did get picked up, but by a con artist who kind of used her.
Yeah.
I mean, he did love her, but he used her in his cons. So
The other thing, yeah, the thing that bothered me the most about him,
yeah.
I mean, I like to think that he picked her up off the steps of the convent because he really wanted a baby.
No.
Oh, no.
Well, he knew that would afford him a baby, it would help him con better.
But then I thought he was going to finally do the right thing when, remember, they conned that one really rich lady
Priscilla?
No.
Oh.
He conned that really rich lady
Yeah.
that had a daughter the same age as Lucky.
Yeah.
And Lucky became like sisters with this girl. It's the first time she had any connection with someone
real
her
friend.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she was like, can we just stay here? Like this lady was loaded and she was going to,
Yeah.
all he had to do was pretend to like her for,
Yeah, I'm surprised he wouldn't have stayed longer, honestly.
I mean, just to let her at least get through high school.
yeah.
Yeah.
And just have a little stability, something. She begged for it, and he he wouldn't do it. And I thought that, well, he was kind of selfish.
He was selfish.
Yeah. It made me mad.
And at the end, he loved her. I mean, he did have love for her.
I didn't think he didn't, but
Yeah. But she wasn't his.
She served a purpose
Yeah.
to him. I mean, yeah.
so what we're saying is she wasn't that lucky.
I think when I took it that, okay, she was lucky because she got a winning lottery ticket, but she was also lucky that she was able to go and con as many people and steal from people and run around and never get caught.
Yes.
I mean, I guess that's that's how I took the book, is lucky in the fact that she escaped. That's what was so unbelievable about it. That she escaped, many times,
Right. And then the birth mother, the connection.
That
Was dumb.
It was all too
part one of the book.
far-fetched
Yeah, it's kind of
for me.
in part one and part two. Part one of the book really kept you interested.
Yes.
Part two got a little unbelievable. But again,
Because at the end, she does find her quote unquote birth mother, the lady that left her at the stairs of the convent. But I didn't feel like that was necessary. Like,
No.
I didn't feel like that wasn't the point of the book. Was it?
she was the key to getting her off on all of
charges.
the charges.
I know, but like the whole idea of like searching and finding
I
your
know.
true
It was too unbelievable.
mom.
Yeah.
It was too unbelievable, or not enough depth to this. They just didn't have enough time to put depth into it.
It got a little hurried.
Yeah. So I just don't think I'm at the stage in my life where I have time for that nonsense.
No, unless you're on a
I didn't-
beach and you just want to read something really quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it kind of remind
But
you?
even then, there was
I know.
no
It was not, I
there
did
was
not like
no
it either.
romance, or you know what I mean?
No.
Like no fun story to get into, like
No.
swept away in.
No,
It
I
was
thought-
like, ugh.
I'm surprised somebody
You know what I
like,
mean? Yes.
like when Jenna Bush Hager, she's on the Today Show. She's picked some really good books.
Right.
Like we have the same. Oprah, I was so into Oprah back in the day. Her books were always way over my head. Now I think I'd appreciate them, but I didn't back then. Reese Witherspoon must just be like getting paid to promote her because there was just nothing about
Which
it.
is weird because she's so successful right now
Exactly.
as a producer. And
I'm almost
yeah.
like, did she read the book? But who
Maybe
knows?
she only read the first half.
That's true. I mean,
maybe she's right and I'm wrong. It could be that
I
Reese
know
is right
there
and
are
I am
people.
wrong.
I saw
There's
it.
no
I
way.
see it in
Just
bookstores
saying.
and see it like displayed.
It's everywhere.
It's
Yeah.
everywhere right now. So
Because she put her mark on it.
Yeah.
So is that author lucky or good fortune? Did she have an in with Reese? Or did Reese really like the book? I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. A
Inquiring
little bit
minds
of
want
both.
to know.
Perhaps she's just lucky.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to bemoan what Reese has done, but my question to you is, as it wasn't a great book, it might be a fun movie. So when you were reading it, did you have an actress in mind who would play the lead role?
No,
'Cause
but I saw Josh Duhamel as the boyfriend.
Oh, very good.
Oh, that's good.
Thanks. That's who I was picturing in my head. Like, but her,
A young Josh Duhamel. Because he's older now.
but he's my age, so he's younger than me.
Okay. He's like 49, but okay.
Really?
I don't know. I made that up.
I
is
think he's older.
Oh.
You can't. I mean, he's really nice looking man.
Yeah.
I
so
thought
he
you would
doesn't
say The
look
Rock.
old.
I thought you would want The Rock to be there because.
Oh,
Let
good.
me see what part he
grief.
would play. No.
Do you have any actresses in mind?
Like Jennifer Lawrence would be good at it because I think that she's
Yes.
good at disguising. Like when in that Don't Look Up
Yeah.
movie, where she just, I think she can kind of camouflage herself into any role, and they'd have to have a really good actress if they want the movie to be successful.
They would,
so.
but for me, I don't know why the only person I thought of was Zendaya because she's in everything right now, and she can do everything.
You're just saying that so Lillian listens to the podcast.
so Lillian likes me.
But Zendaya would be good because in Euphoria
Making your
she
own fortune.
plays just a really troubled girl, and she'd be good at that. That's a good one too.
Thank you. And her dad, Josh Duhamel, can play her boyfriend.
That's not weird at all.
No, I don't even know any young male actors to know who would be a good. I mean, I just say Timothy Chalamet because that's the only one I know.
I mean,
I said Kim.
Zac
Kim
Efron.
Kim knows male actors.
Zac Efron any day.
Is he? He's not young.
Oh, he's still he's young. He's only in his 30s.
Okay, well, I'm thinking 20s.
I got nothing.
Yeah, we
Maybe
don't.
like Timothy Chalamet.
Well, we just keep saying that because
I like
he's
his name, but I have no idea what he looks like or who he is.
Well, he's not. He's petite. Would that be a good word for him?
I don't know.
He's delicate.
wafy.
He's
I mean,
delicate.
like he's really, really like skinny and like
Angular.
Sounds hot. I don't know. Like,
good actor though.
I don't know who he.
We didn't really sell
But
that,
I'm
did we?
picturing like Tinkerbell, like the little.
Okay, he doesn't wear a tutu.
I don't know. That's
Harry Styles. Oh, he's old too.
no. I love Harry.
I love him. No, he can do anything.
He really could play that role.
Okay, Zendaya and Harry Styles.
Oh yes, a blockbuster. And then her dad could be Josh Duhamel.
Yes.
All right. I'll concede that.
Okay. Thanks.
Coming soon to a theater near you.
We'll put in a script.
Yeah.
Any other themes or ideas about the book that you'd like to discuss?
Oh, no.
No.
You got nothing?
No. But I have another thing to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Back to the good fortune versus luck, because I was really thinking about this. And like one of the things we did in DC was go to the national tree lighting one year. Well, every, I don't know if it's July, November. Anyway, the parks department has a lottery for tickets to the tree lighting. And it opens on one day and then like closes like the next day. Mm-hmm. So you have to know, you have to set an alarm, you have to like enter the lottery. And so a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, you're so lucky you get to go. We did get to go one year. But I entered it 8 years and only got lottery tickets 1 year to go. But all these people that didn't take the time to enter the lottery to go thought I was lucky, but I think I was fortunate.
Well,
I was looking for an example for that.
I'm not sure because I bet there are hundreds of thousands of other people that entered every year and never won.
True. That's true.
So I think you were lucky.
This
Is
is
it
why
both?
not
Is
to
it both?
not to go against
know.
you, but I think you were lucky because there isn't any. Well, I guess the strategy in being good fortune is that you continued to enter every year,
Right.
And
And set an alarm.
eventually you're gonna win. But I feel like it's almost like a lottery ticket.
Yeah,
well,
it is a lottery,
and
yeah.
I think that's luck.
Okay.
So I don't know, but I think a little bit of both.
I feel like good fortune is an Asian concept. I don't know. That's
Like
I just feel like that
fortune,
word is,
yeah,
or just like good fortune, like that,
Yeah.
wishing someone good fortune.
yes.
I've never wished anyone good fortune.
I haven't either, but I'm going to start.
But you know what? I think
I don't know. I
Good
don't know.
fortune to you.
I wish you good
Fortune to you as
fortune.
well.
Have a lucky day.
Well, are you wishing luck or fortune? See, I don't know.
I don't know.
So I'm going to I don't know. I've got to work with that a little bit, but I'll come up with a good thing there.
Well, I know that the luckiest person I know is Tracy. I can't think of anybody else that has had more lucky things happen.
No, I agree. There's not a lucky bone in my body. So
And yet I've had more misfortune than a lot of people you know.
So you're
how do you
like
mix
the
that? So you know what I
you're
mean?
the
Like-
luckiest and the unluckiest person in the world. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I don't know how you do it.
Do you want me to tell my slot story?
I do.
oh
Okay.
yes, yeah.
Last time I was in Vegas, long day of traveling from here to there and the time difference, like we were hungry. So we go to the hotel. We are staying at Caesars, my sister and I, and go to the hotel, just go put up our bags and we're going to go down. We were like, before we even go to the machines, because, once you get there, you don't get up until you have a bladder infection. Sorry, that's another story. So we're like, we're going to just go straight to the food area and get a piece of pizza or something and then get to work.
Yes.
So anyway, we're walking and literally like the first machines we could possibly get to in the casino we go to, we're like, okay, let's just
get this out of
play
the
a
way.
few spins and then we'll go eat. So I sit at the one right on the end and she sits at the other one on the like 5 down for me, another end. And like 4 spins in, I win something and it starts making a lot of noise and it was a $3 bet, I think. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I won something. And she's like, she looks around and she's like, you won the jackpot. And I'm like, what do you mean? And it was $15,000. And I cried. Like I had the biggest meltdown because like it was just an adrenaline rush. It was like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of money. And
I would have cried too.
literally had just put, $100 in the machine. Like it was my first bill to come out of my hand kind of thing. And I was like, okay, the rest of the trip, like I don't have to worry, because I didn't bring that much money to spend. So I was like, what am I going to do with my time when I'm broke? Anyway, that was a lot of fun. So as it's going off and like crowds of people are coming around to look because it's right by some tables, and they're all, everyone's being really sweet and, congratulating me.
I'm sure there were some con artists there as well.
Probably.
Well, there probably were, but I acted like I don't know. I was going to say I acted like I'd been there before. I did not. I cried.
Okay.
So anyway, so she's all excited. So then it kind of calms down for like a second, and she walks back down to her machine, which is, 4 down from me, and she hits like twice. All of a sudden, her machine starts going off. She just won $10,000. I figure they're going to shut us down like we had done something wrong. Like we were the con artists because it was ridiculous. The people were still there cheering for me. And then they heard, and they're like, oh my gosh, they tell me this lady down here just won. I'm like, that's no lady, that's my sister. That old joke. But I was like, so ridiculous. So
that is just straight out luck.
Yes.
And that is awesome.
And I believe that our pizza or whatever we got after that was delicious. I don't know, but
everything tastes better after winning $25,000.
No doubt. Yeah. That is awesome.
So I'm like FaceTiming my kids, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it was pretty exciting.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Like nothing like that has ever happened to me.
Nope.
Nor do I anticipate it happening to me.
Oh, I do have another Vegas story.
I bet you do.
And then I'm done, but I'm not wearing it today. I went to Vegas the year before, right before COVID, like literally 2 weeks right before COVID, with my sisters and my cousin who's like a sister. Again, not a lot of money, but whatever, And in Caesars, there's a mall. And I went into Tiffany, which I don't do a lot of shopping at Tiffany. Just really? I know, it's shocking. And I bought a ring, and I usually wear it, but I don't have it on. That's 2 T's that touch. My name is Tracy, so I was like, oh, it's an initial ring. Isn't that cute? Whatever. And I look, and it's like $1,500, and I'm like, okay, am I really going to buy a $1,500 ring for myself? And I'd just gone through a divorce, and not wearing rings, and I was like, and of course they're all like, yeah. Because
it's fun to spend other
when you're in
people's
Vegas,
money.
When in Vegas,
you just encourage everyone to do everything. It seems like the best idea. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to buy it. I don't even care. Like I would never do that, And then they didn't have my size, and they had to bring it in from a different store. So the next morning I had to go pick it up, and I was having a little bit of buyer's remorse. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That was late last night when I thought it'd be a good idea to spend $1,500 on a ring. But I was like, you already did it. Just live with the moment, deal with it. The money's gone. So I pick up my ring, and then we're meeting for lunch. So I go sit down to play some Keno, my dad's numbers, and all of a sudden I hit for $1,600. Paid for the ring. I mean, again, I had the first machine after I bought it, and I was worried about it, thinking I'd made a mistake.
Now, that is super lucky.
Correct.
And I remember when you told me that, I'm like, it could only happen to you.
No, exactly.
Because
never happened to me.
it would never happen to me. But here's my question. Do you feel kind of like that luck can also be kind of have a spiritual edge to it?
Oh, for sure. Like, thanks, Dad, when I have
Yeah.
my ring. Yeah.
Yeah, playing Keno.
Oh,
using
so
your
is it
dad's
There's
lucky?
times
numbers.
that I'm desperate that I'm like, come on, Mom and Dad, like, this is my last of my dollars.
Waiting for the luck to strike?
Waiting for the luck. If you could look this way, please.
Yeah.
Because I like to
Sprinkle
think
a
of it
little
that
here.
way. Cause,
Oh, I do too.
Only because I'm not usually the recipient of just out of the blue
Right.
for no reason. One thing that, and the first thing I think of when I think of lucky people is gambling. I don't know
money.
why.
Yeah,
Right.
that there's a windfall. Yeah.
Seems like we use it more there.
I do also have a roulette story. I told the one already that I bet on my dad's number and I hit, and then I didn't take my chip off and it hit again, and so I got it twice. But there was another time when I first played roulette. I was by myself. It was on a work trip, and work trips in Vegas I think are hilarious
Yeah.
because really I stayed at the roulette. I was supposed to go to a meeting. But all of a sudden I was like feeling it. I was in the zone. And in roulette, that just means you're guessing really, really well.
Right.
Because there's no skill involved.
Correct.
And I'm like, I'm not walking away to go to some meaningless meeting, even though that was the reason I was there. Stayed at the table. On the roulette wheel, how there's at the end, there's the green zeros. So
Yes,
there's like a zero and a
zero.
double zero.
Yeah.
So there's 2 different ones. And the odds for that are like you get paid way more.
Yeah.
I felt it and did it 3 different times To the point that the second time I hit it, the people at my roulette table were like, let me know when you're feeling it again and I'll get in on it. And I did. And then other people were the recipient of my good luck.
You brought them good fortune.
I did. And that's the only time when I felt like I was just like in tune to something that nobody else was.
Yeah.
To the point that I thought maybe it was rigged. Like the
Like there
wheel
was a
has
magnet?
Yeah, there
the
was.
wheel has
For
a
sure.
magnet.
Yeah.
I
Is
think
it?
that they might sometimes. I don't know.
What?
I assume so. Lots of organized crime. You really don't think there's a fixes in Vegas? Of course it is.
So I wasn't lucky. The guy just felt sorry for me.
Well, good. That was very lucky of you that he picked you that day. You
So,
owe
yeah.
him a debt of gratitude.
And I'm wearing, I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is a little roulette charm.
oh, where did you get who
Okay.
even are you?
Who am I? I'm Roulette Rachel, don't you know? That's what everyone calls me. No, this was a little, it actually spins and it has a little ball in it. This was on my mom's charm bracelet when I was little.
Oh,
And I have like all of her jewelry. I'm holding it for her for safekeeping. But this particular charm and a slot machine she also used to have that worked.
So she liked to
She does not like to gamble, but I don't know if she received this very gambling specific
is.
charm bracelet in the 70s.
right.
But this charm came off the bracelet. It must have, because I didn't take it off the bracelet. I just found it in her jewelry box, and I remembered loving it when it was on her charm bracelet. So I went and repurposed it and made it a little charm.
That's
to put-
adorable.
That
and I
is
hope to find
cool.
out that your mom is a recovering gambling addict that you didn't know about. Because I would say at this stage, let's just go to the casino together. I'm going to bring her back
I was
into
going
the
to say,
fold.
she's lucky.
Yeah.
All right, she's going to go with you the next time and,
Okay.
and vet for me. And the only, can you think of any time that you were lucky that has nothing to do with money?
Because usually when you win, it has a cash value.
It does.
And that's why I think
know.
lucky
Or
is
just
winning.
just a happening that. Okay, I'll start it off because I thought of one. Maybe this will
I don't think I have
spark
one.
your memory. And maybe this doesn't really fall under that, but for some reason I thought, have I ever been lucky in a circumstance? And I remember one time in college, we were driving through West Lafayette in our old beat up car with like a car full of girls. Like we had gone to Chi-Chi's for dinner or something. Like we were just carefree and loving it. And we're driving down. And right before we got to an intersection that didn't have a light or a stop sign or anything, across street, a car came barreling through this very busy road that we were on, just went straight through. And if we would have been going a little bit faster, we would have been killed. Like,
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
and it was one of those things like we were driving and we saw the guy speed by and everyone just
And everybody
stopped.
just-
like,
yeah.
oh my God, did you just see that? So that is one time that I specifically remember I was seconds away from dying.
Yes.
Wow.
That is lucky.
That
You're
is.
right. I guess I wasn't thinking in that term because that made me think when I was 16, again, driving.
Yes.
I think every 16-year-old has
Yeah,
a
I-
lucky
I've had an
has a
incident,
lucky
too, with the driving thing,
We were
yeah.
driving over by the Coke field by the 500, and I had a car full of people going to decorate for a float for
Yes.
like homecoming.
Yes.
You remember these random things.
I bet music was
Anyway,
blaring.
There was like a hairpin turn right there by the Coke field. And the sign says like 15 miles an hour. But who thinks you're really, when you're a new driver, supposed to only go 15? So I took it at like 40. And we went off into the field and we went to the two right tires. I drove a 76 Chevy Malibu, a big old white car. Anyway, to the two right, two left. We were bouncing like Dukes of Hazzard. And then it finally landed on all fours, drove a little bit back onto the road, pulled over and again cried like a baby because that's what I do when I have any emotion is I cry. But I could have killed a car full of people because I didn't believe it was really 15 miles an hour, and it was.
And you didn't.
And I didn't. I was lucky. I guess that's lucky.
You were, because the laws of physics would say
Correct.
that's 40's too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kim?
Yeah, I mean, I've had a car incident before, too. I mean, well, I'll just explain it. It was so dumb. So a group of my friends decided one night that we were going to drive to Vincennes because one of the girls had a best friend that went to college there, and we were going to party for the night and come back the next day. And we were not drinking on the way there, but we had plenty of alcohol in the car awaiting our arrival.
Sure.
And it was icy and gross. The girl that drove's dad didn't want her to go. She had a new car, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it was just one of those things. We're driving along on the interstate. We're laughing, giggling, blah, blah, blah. And out of nowhere, her car spun out. And we spun in the middle of the interstate like 2 times.
Oh, my God.
And it came down, stopped. And we were all like, what just happened? And so nobody hit us or anything like that. So then we pulled over and we got out of the car. We got all the alcohol out of our car because for some reason we thought cops must have seen that. I have no idea what we were thinking. We ran up the embankment and got rid of all the alcohol, got back in the car and we were like this. Oh, like I have no idea what even happened. I don't know how we survived, how another car
didn't
hit us. It was bizarre. And we still, I mean, that was 30 plus years ago. We still talk about that.
Yeah.
It's
like,
humbling.
I mean, it is. I mean, we were like scared straight after that. There was.
Were you mad that you got rid of the alcohol after you got there?
Yes.
And your friends who
Our
were waiting on
Strawberry
you to
Hill
show
and
up.
our purple patch.
Did you have Bartles and James? Because that was I love a
Those were
good wine cooler.
delicious. I
All
would
those
still
wine
drink
coolers.
one.
I think they gave me diabetes though. They were very sweet.
Yeah, that's why I
But
like
that
it.
was I don't know why we did that, but I think we were so afraid that that somebody could have seen that happen and thought we were driving under the influence or we're
Right.
going to pull us over. We weren't, but we had enough, So,
Right.
well, the driver wasn't drinking is what I should say. I mean, like we
Well,
all,
let's
you
be
know what I
clear.
mean?
Yeah.
Like we were being safe, but yeah, we were all like, "Oh no. Get
We're
rid
done.
of it." So,
Yes. Well,
well, that was luck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess, okay, now I'm looking at luck differently. And I mean, like I've met famous people and things like that I think
Yeah.
are lucky more than,
right.
it's not really skill based.
Kind of like
No.
when you got your upgrade to first class tickets when you went to Disney.
That was lucky.
She's the luckiest person I know.
No, you
Yeah.
really are. I have a sister-in-law. My sister-in-law, Trace, is very lucky with the gambling thing. Like she can do like pull tabs and win like $100 on those pull tabs. And you're like, really?
Nobody ever wins
And
those
then she'll
pull
do it
tabs.
like several times. And she likes to casino and she likes to gamble, but she gets lucky.
Well, here's something that I thought was interesting because I'm saying you're the luckiest person I know in the most positive way.
Right.
Like I'm enthralled with you and your luck.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there is a way that you can tell somebody they're lucky, and it's not a compliment.
Like
you know
you
what
don't
I mean?
deserve it.
Like
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that was lucky. Like a passive aggressive sort of like that required no skill that fell in your lap, and you would
you
never
are a
have
horrible
earned that.
human
Yeah,
that
you can
deserves
say it
nothing
where
good.
it's almost like jealousy comes out.
Like
of it.
you could never have earned that yourself.
Yeah.
So that apparently that was lucky.
Yeah.
Have you ever? I've received that back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No.
Backhanded compliment
I just
before, and I was
really
like,
don't
Yeah.
no, it was
I have a
my.
lot of luck coming
My
my way,
charming
I guess.
personality.
It's just because I'm so smart. I'm not lucky. So yeah, just be careful the way you say it.
Like if I say it that way, I mean it crappy.
Yeah,
So
but I don't mean it. What I wanted to say is, I don't mean it crappy when I say that Tracy
No, I
is
think when
lucky.
a genuinely good person is lucky, that's awesome. I think it's harder when
When you hate someone.
oh, let's say that you're at a parish event because this has happened before.
Oh my
and
gosh,
there's
she's
like-
gonna get specific.
No. I'm just saying, like, I'm using it as an example because this happens, and you're at a reverse raffle, and $10,000 is the grand prize, and the damn
Yes.
richest person in the freaking room wins the $10,000.
yes, and you want to go.
Or you're like, okay, I hope that's going back to the school, or the
Yeah.
biggest jerk wins,
Right.
and you're like,
Is this a jerk contest?
okay, like that kind of thing
Yes.
is where so lucky.
Lucky
Yes.
you.
Or somebody's picked for something. Remember when our kids were little?
Yes.
And the Christian Spirit Award or all this, now the luck's really
Let's
coming
go.
out. But
I'm lucky to be here for this to witness this.
but every mom out there has it. It's always the same family and the same kid. Always.
You're right.
I'm airing my grievances right now, but it is. You could pick like, hey, who's on prom court? Oh, shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I hear
Just
you.
saying.
My family and my kids. Is that who you're talking about?
No, and I'm okay if it's like like a deserving good, but
Right.
we
Oh, I
right
know.
now we can name it off the top of our
and
heads.
we've had so much bad that I think people always cheer for us when we have good. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right. Like I always feel supported. When
I know
we have
when you
good
have
fortune, but-
something that like a tragic event in your life or something like that. I've had
Yeah.
people they
They
of
cheer
like-
for you.
They do cheer for you,
Yes.
and they give you a little extra love, and and that's nice. Yeah. So.
And it is hard to cheer for people that it seems like they already have everything.
Yes.
So when they get something else, I see
and
what
that's
you're
not
saying.
true.
Right.
You know, like if I want to be really Christian about it,
Do you?
no.
But if I did,
I'm just saying it for the sake, as I don't want people to think I'm a really terrible person. But
I mean
whatever.
it, but-
Everybody has their story.
They do.
They do.
Whatever.
Whatever. Okay, we're going to wrap up on this. Do you have any lucky charm or
Oh God, Tracy, she probably has
superstition?
millions.
I
Like,
do. But
Okay, go ahead.
No, nothing to speak. I mean, I have lots of them for different
give me
occasions,
one.
different things. Rings, bracelets. My cousin Liz Ann brought us all. It was the Chinese New Year when we were in Vegas, so I
Okay.
have a bracelet.
and you
that-
feel like that's
Yeah, I think
when you
so.
wear it, you
I
feel-
wore it when I won my Tiffany ring, and
Okay.
so sometimes if I'm doing
Was your
something,
mom
I'll
like
wear it.
that? Because I'm very curious, like if it's a family, like
Oh
if
yeah,
it's,
and my
okay.
mom was a big bingo player, and
Okay.
so Alex has one of her troll dolls from back
Yeah.
in the '80s for bingo.
and you know how lucky trolls are.
Yeah.
I think it's a
They're after the
generational
bingo
thing, definitely. Because
No.
but my mom was always like there was nothing superstitious about my
Right.
mom
Yeah.
ever.
There's nothing really superstitious about our upbringing either, but I do have this ring that I believe I got around the time that Tracy and I and Kim
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
first
Yeah.
were friends. And I don't know if it's good luck, but it's a turtle. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a little silver turtle. I like to think of that as something I associate with good luck.
Yeah.
I don't know
it's
why.
your
I mean, I haven't
symbol.
really won anything wearing it, but I associate good times.
Do you remember me telling you the meaning of turtles, the symbolism of them, and when you got that ring and you were excited about it?
I
and
do, because I thought that it just meant that I was slow. So what did you tell me?
that you're slow. No, I
Oh.
did not tell you that. A turtle is a symbol of being. They carry their home on their back, their shell. So they are always at home with themselves. They are always protected.
They are always
They
homeless.
can, wherever you go, you're home. And
Slow and steady. I didn't want you to think that we thought that you were slow, like
Slow.
in another way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think that as well. Though.
I mean, sometimes.
several ways I think you're slow.
Yes. So yes, the turtle is what I like to
But
think of
I
as
think
my
it's a
good
very
luck.
comforting creature.
Yes.
And
exactly. You look at turtles
they're
and you're just like,
independent.
oh,
They don't
Like,
get nervous.
You don't see them all hanging out because they would clank.
no.
Like,
And they can hide. Big, like, can hide in.
And
like,
I'm a
yeah.
coward, so
I-
that yes.
you can hide right in your own
right in your
shell.
shell. No, I like it.
Okay. Well,
Sea turtles, cute,
adorbs.
adorbs.
Okay. Well, that'll give you everyone out there something to think about. What is a sign, a symbol, a picture, a thing that you feel is that either defines you, which the turtle does to me, or brings you luck?
And one to think on. I mean, you really got me with this whole being lucky
Yes.
or having good fortune, and just put some thought into that. I mean, it's a lot to think about.
Yeah.
I'm going to start wishing people good fortune.
I
Instead
am.
of good day, sir, I will
Good
say
fortune to you.
good fortune to you, sir.
Put a tip of the hat to you. Good fortune.
We're starting something new. When you see us,
Don't
just
think we're weird. We're just
Up for grabs.
But we're just
Hashtag
weird.
Good fortune.
good fortune. Is that trending?
I think
I don't
so.
even know what
It
that
is.
means. Okay. Well, thank you so much. We are lucky to have you listening, watching, whatever you're doing. Please feel free to share with friends. And we look forward to seeing you next time on Up for Grabs. Thanks.